observe. Ramadan Mubarak. So thank you for spending your time with us today to join this virtual community workshop on the future of Tucson. Today, I will introduce the core team working on this project, provide an overview of what Plan Tucson is, the timeline of this project, and share how this workshop will be conducted. The Plan Tucson core team is composed of myself, Jasmine Chan, I'm the project manager, Amanda Smith, lead planner, and Ian Wan, planner, all of us with planning and development services. We are your primary points of contact at the City of Tucson regarding Plan Tucson update. We are joined by two consultant teams, Southwest Decision Resources and Gordley Group. As with any project that happens, our team goes far, far beyond this small group that you're seeing represented on this slide here. And we owe deep thanks to our coworkers at the City of Tucson, some of whom are here tonight to help with supporting this workshop and have been helping us already with this whole process. Tucson's Mayor and Council, and most of all, you for being here and contributing to this conversation, members of our Tucson community. So now that you know who the Plan Tucson core team is, we'd like to know who's joining us today. So we've got a QR code that's on your screen. If you have a separate device, you can use that. Additionally, Amanda, my teammate, is going to drop the direct link into the chat. So they'll just ask you for your name, email, nearest intersection, where you live, and then just a handful of kind of straightforward questions there. I'll give you all a few minutes to fill that out. This helps us with understanding who's coming to our workshops, who we're hearing from, some geographic distribution, as well as if you're representing an association, then we also know which associations we're hearing from. All right, thank you for doing that. So what is Plan Tucson? Plan Tucson was initiated Plan Tucson, to start with, is the City of Tucson's General and Sustainability Plan. It is a state mandated document that needs to be updated every 10 years. Plan Tucson was voter ratified in 2013 and has been the guiding document to move Tucson toward a sustainable, thriving Tucson. Developed over the course of 2.5 years, Plan Tucson 2013 held 64 public meetings, 5 public hearings with the Planning Commission, 1 public hearing with Mayor and Council, and 1 special election. And already 10 years have passed since voter ratification, and we're here today to start working on the update to Plan Tucson. Did that advance? That did not advance. There it goes. So one example of how community input led to goals and policies being incorporated into Plan Tucson from the previous engagement is regarding urban agriculture. So Tucson's community and its history is rooted in agriculture, but for a very long time, backyard animals like chickens and ducks, they were not permitted within City of Tucson limits. Many participants during the 2013 process raised the importance of backyard farming and the local production of food as critical to community food security and having access to be able to do things that are historical and culturally important for them. As a result, Plan Tucson 2013 includes 4 policies directly related to urban agriculture. And after voter ratification, City of Tucson, as well as the many participant partners, worked together and implemented these programs to enable the goals and policies in the plan, including revising the code to allow for small backyard animals. Altogether, these actions are reducing barriers to food production and facilitating community food security, one step in that direction. So next, I'm going to chat about the timeline for this update process. The Plan Tucson update started with so many other planning efforts and initiatives across the city, not only the 2013 plan, but also many plans that have been active since. Many of you in the room were and are instrumental to the development of these plans, both the ones that are currently active and the ones that have been recently adopted by mayor and council. To get a sense of who is sharing with us the room today, we have a quick poll about other city processes that you've been involved with in the past. So thanks Ian for pulling that up. If you could select kind of which processes you've been a part of. If you haven't yet, you can also say you're new to this, and thank you for joining us. And also thank you for the many efforts on other planning activities that have gone on for the City of Tucson. We have a few who participated in Plan Tucson 2013, Move Tucson, the Housing Affordability Strategy for Tucson, One Water, Reed Park. The most number of you, though, are new to planning, which that's really exciting. Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna hit end poll. Okay, great. Thanks, Ian. Thank you all for providing a rich basis for the Plan Tucson update, and thank you all, people who are new to planning, for choosing to join us this evening. The work that you all have done and will do, we're continuing to look to that for guidance and for to ensure that our recent planning efforts and ongoing planning efforts are all coming together and integrating through the general plan. Okay. There are 4 phases to the Plan Tucson update. We're currently in phase 1, community listening and discovery. The primary question during this phase is, what are your visions of Tucson's future? So we're talking about any ideas you have for the future, what you're concerned about currently, what do you like currently? And this phase ends in June of 2023, so we have a few more months here. The second phase, phase 2, define and plan the future. Sorry, define and plan our future. It starts this summer and goes until summer 2024. One of the major questions during this phase is how and where should the city grow and change? So this includes community dialogue about future growth map for Tucson, and the goal of this phase is a preliminary, I guess the output of this phase is a preliminary draft of Plan Tucson. Phase 3, review and refinement of the preliminary draft, starts in summer 2024 and goes until spring of 2025. The primary question during this phase is, do the goals and policies align with other recent plans, investments, and city initiatives? And the outcome of this phase is adoption by mayor and council and document readiness for the special election in November 2025. Phase 4, inform and educate, shares information about what policies and goals are included in Plan Tucson and how Plan Tucson will be used. Phase 4 culminates in the special election on November 2025, where Tucson's voters decide whether to ratify Plan Tucson update or not. Oh, don't hit that again. Okay. So moving on to, oh, that did not actually advance. Sorry, I thought that did. Okay, so what are we doing during this workshop this evening? So we've got, we've got 3 goals for, we have 3 goals for this workshop. And these goals are to learn your visions, desires, and concerns for the city, to understand the interconnectedness of key topics, and to encourage your continued participation in the Plan Tucson process. We have a slight change to this agenda, but this workshop will include 1 round of topic-based discussion. And in a moment, we'll open breakout rooms for each of you to select which topic you'd like to discuss. But before we get there, I just wanted to share a couple of brief descriptions of the topics, working agreements for the discussion rooms, as well as kind of some information on where do comments provided during this workshop go. So our comments go to the Plan Tucson team. So that's Ian, Amanda, myself, as well as our consultant teams. And we'll compile and analyze all of these comments that you have captured in writing and identify key priorities and themes from phase 1 outreach and use that to begin drafting policies, goals, and needs across the city. We'll use this to then convene working groups to delve into that outreach data, some existing conditions data that we'll be pulling separately, and recent plans as well. Our working agreements today. So we all are coming to this conversation with different experiences, both professional experience and personal experiences. Please adhere to these working agreements throughout the discussions this evening to maintain a space where each of us feels safe to share our thoughts and ideas. And I'll be asking our staff facilitators to also be making sure that we're all adhering to these as well. These working agreements are: listen openly and for understanding, speak honestly and constructively, treat each other with respect, all perspectives are legitimate, minimize distractions, and refrain from acronyms and jargon. The discussion topics we have 7 discussion topics and then 1 kind of other category in case we're missing any of these topics. So the 7 are arts, culture, parks, recreation, community safety, public health, water, habitat, climate, economic development, neighborhoods and housing, transportation, and mobility, and policy and governance. So we've launched a poll here to see which topic you are focused on for this discussion today, since we've got 1 breakout room, just an invitation to think about which topic you'd like to focus on this evening. And all of these topics, they frequently overlap and include considerations regarding equity and how decisions are made. So we welcome any of those commentary around how, community safety and public health are all connected to neighborhoods and housing, and that as you're in different groups like that, it's important for us to understand what connections you're seeing as well. We have a lot of interest in neighborhoods and housing, water, habitat, climate. Okay. Excellent. So those are the results of this poll that should be showing up for you now. You've got some folks with kind of other topics that they'd like to discuss, which is great. Excited to hear what you'd like to bring forth. Okay. So with that, I'm actually going to stop. I'm going to go back on this slide, stop my screen share, and get us ready for breakout rooms. Okay. I have these pre-created, so I think I'm going to hit open all rooms. Popped back over. Okay. So in the last couple minutes, just to wrap us up here, want to say thank you again for spending part of your evening with us. I know you probably have much more to share than what we were able to cover today. So we do have a survey that's active, a phase 1 survey that can be found on our website, and Amanda can drop that into the chat as well. You can also find more information, take a look at kind of what other workshops have happened and what workshops are coming. We still have 2 more in person. We have one that is primarily Spanish speaking, and we are bilingual at next week's event at El Pueblo Activity Center. And we have one on April 8th, which is a Saturday morning over at Lincoln Park. We'll be outside in one of the Ramadas over there. All that information can be found at our website, plantucson.tucsonaz.gov. Thank you so much for spending part of your evening with us. I was watching some of the comments go in, so thank you for your thoughtfulness. If you have time, we would love to hear how this event went for you. Amanda put into the chat our event evaluation, so please do fill that out if you have any thoughts or feedback for us on how this event went forward and what we can do to better improve as we move along. So thank you again. It is 8 p.m. Want to make sure you all get, yes, Margie, but El Pueblo will be bilingual. Thank you for that question. All of our events will be bilingual. Yeah, thank you. I will hang on for a few minutes afterwards if anybody wants to talk to me immediately after the event. Yeah, otherwise have a lovely evening. I hope you get rest, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you everyone for being here tonight, and thanks for your input.
Thank you too. I do have a quick question. So I know it's being recorded. Will this information screen, will that be along with the record? I guess it is part of the recording, right?
Yes, this is part of the recording, and I believe Ian and Ina, they post all of the presentation materials as well onto the website.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain's not working. I haven't had dinner, so I'm going to eat.
Oh no, please eat.
I didn't want to miss you folks. So thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. Okay,
Thank you for spending the time.
Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.